So the one subject we get the most emails about is mountain hunting gear. And on today's episode, I just want to share a little bit of the gear with you that works for us. Let's start out with a rifle. And in this case, I've got a Rocky Mountain rifle here, chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. Now, things we typically look for in a good quality mountain rifle, most mountain rifles are going to be a short action, and that just helps keep the weight down a little bit. It's going to be stainless barrel, stainless action, just more durability. These rifles are subjected to some pretty severe weather. In this case, we've got a carbon stock on here. Again, super durable, but super light as well. As far as chamberings go, I like chamberings with lower recoil. Most of the time we're shooting these rifles prone, and we're going to be practicing a lot with them. So I don't want to get beat up when I'm shooting it. On top of this, I've got a Conquest HD5 from Zeiss here. So it's actually a 3-15. So it's got a huge magnification range. It's got a 42 mil objective lens on it, which is lots for mountain hunting. But most importantly, it's actually got the Rapid Z 800 reticle in it, and that allows me to shoot with hold-on accuracy out to 800 yards. And sometimes in the mountains, we're faced with some pretty long shots. Now, as far as optics go, probably the best thing you can own is a pair of range-finding binoculars. I like 10 power binoculars for in the mountains. They allow me to search with a little more detail. And having the rangefinder built into the binocular, once you try it, you will never ever go back. It's just so invaluable to have there. Absolutely the best system I have used. Now, as far as the spotting scope goes, I like 65 mil spotting scopes. And in this case, I've actually got a 15-56 spotting scope. So again, a big zoom range. I find a lot of the spotting scopes that bottom out at 20 power just to be a little too powerful sometimes when I'm searching. So, if I can go all the way down to 15, it gives me a little wider view. So with this scope, I can keep it on lower power, search all day. It doesn't pull my eyeballs out like a higher magnification scope will, but still offers plenty of magnification. Then when I need a close look, I can go all the way up to 56. Another thing you'll never see me without in the mountains, and I think a lot of hunters don't carry this, is bear spray. And in this case, I've got the Yukon Magnum from Defense Aerosols. And why I like to have bear spray is, if we get in a close encounter, a close unexpected encounter with a bear, I want something on my hip and something that's always going to be with me. The final thing I do want to talk about is boots. And obviously we wear Loa boots. My early season boot is the Tibet. And it's a little bit lower boot, it's non-insulated, but it's still a really rugged boot. And one of the things I like to look for on boots is having this rubber rand all the way around. Really stops the boots from getting beat up a lot. Now, as we start to move into later season, I'm going to go to a taller boot. And in this case, I've got the Mountain Hunter Extreme here. And this boot's got a little bit of insulation in it, not too much. My feet tend to run pretty hot. I like the taller boot better. Certainly I wear gaiters all the time, so that does keep the snow and rain out. But I find the taller boot protects my ankles a little more, when I'm in snow and ice and things like that, from actually scraping on my legs and ankle. Now, you'll notice the sole on these boots. Most hiking boots have a Vibram sole. But Loa has these soles made specifically for them. There's no other boot maker can use these soles. And if there's one thing they're noted for, it's being really sticky in the rocks. And so especially later season when the rocks, can get wet or get a little bit of ice and snow on them, it's important to have boots that you can trust for traction. Well, that's a look at a little bit of the gear that works for us. I don't think there's any group of hunters more passionate about gear than mountain hunters. And it's nice that we have such good gear. I know it sure makes life a lot easier than it was 20 years ago.